What's going on, guys? I hope you're having a fantastic day. Let's go ahead and get into it. I want to first off say thank you to everybody that came out last night for the live stream. I know that my streams are based on my work schedule and it can be kind of annoying. Thank you guys for coming out to support. Also, we had some absolutely banger pulls last night. I've opened so much product in terms of Pokemon 151 that you would think that I'm absolutely sick of it by now. It's the first set in a long time that I've just absolutely love, and so that's what we're talking about today. Why I think Pokemon 151 is going to continue to dominate Scarlet and Violet. You can call me a Pokemon boomer if you want. That's fine. I understand that people like all kinds of cards and waifu cards. You got the Ayano from Paldea Evolved. You have Obsidian Flames with the Charizard action, even though we're getting another Charizard in the shiny version in Paldean Fates. I don't see anything in Paldean Fates that wows me. I just don't. The Gardevoir is amazing. If the shinies, bringing those back, it's amazing. But I really like the classics. I really like the Pokemon that are really the mascots of the hobby. That's what I like the most. I am basic in that sense. But we're going to talk about my experience with 151 and why I think now is a better time than ever to be buying 151 and putting your money into a set if you do enjoy 151 as much as I do. If you don't like 151, if you don't like the Pokemon that are in 151, the original Pokemon, then maybe this video isn't for you, but I love this set, and I'm going to preach about this set because I love it. I am definitely a little bit biased when it comes to this set and these Pokemon, but let's go ahead and break down once again and reiterate why this set is so amazing and why it will continue to be amazing as time moves on and maybe even be one of the most memorable sets of all time, which sucks because this is a set that I don't really have any stored sealed product for. I've been opening everything in this set and just enjoying the heck out of it. So let's go ahead and get into it. I do want to say that I love this set so much that last night during the live, we opened up this binder box. I think we got another Venusaur SIR out of that binder box. I was very happy about that. But I jumped the gun and I bought a basic black binder for my 151 set, but I still have this binder and I really want to use it. And I just love it. I love the colors. I love the silhouette. I've been saying this from the beginning. I love 151. I've been pumping 151, but I just really love the set. So I think what I'm going to end up doing with this binder, I don't like that it has the straps, but so does my other one. I just have to be careful about how I'm putting the cards in this one because it is kind of a basic binder. But I think I'm going to start putting all of my extra SIRs in here and just have a dope binder where I look through and immediately I'm looking at SIRs the entire time because my 151 binder is chronological, right? It's in order. Everything has a place. So I put everything in place, but I kind of hate how the best cards are at the very end. When you're flipping through it, you gotta open up all the way to those first couple pages and then finally you get to the last pages of those final cards. I want a binder that really puts the focus on those best cards in this set. So I think that's what I'm gonna do with my extra binder. If you haven't done that, but you wanna get a binder, maybe that's something you could do. In other words, this is probably gonna become my 151 trade binder or something like it because I am probably gonna be buying 151 the rest of 2023, not much left there, but the rest of 2024 too, I'm confident that I'll be buying 151 continuously as long as I can find deals on it. But we're going to go ahead. I'm sorry, don't want to waste any time. Okay, let's talk about promos here, okay? What we've seen with the Charizard UPC, oftentimes with Pokemon, I think about, I compare it to investments in the market, but history does tend to repeat itself. Especially as far as Pokemon goes. That's why we like to think that we know everything because we've seen it before. But in particular, this Charizard UPC was a failure at launch. I mean, some people loved it. I was one of those people. I bought 7 or 8 of those UPCs. I'm still holding on to them. That's going to be a long-term hold because there's just nothing really in it for me. I liked the promos in that set, but I honestly didn't feel like opening it just to get those promos. With the 151 UPC, it's a whole different ballgame. But before I get into that, we're going to continue to talk about the Charizard UPC because it's important and relevant to this conversation. So the Charizard UPC, it has steadily started rising in MSRP, okay? It is finally becoming a desirable product. What's more than that is the 3 promos in the Charizard UPC are going up in value as well. Months ago, I was selling Charizard UPC promos at $20 a piece, and they were moving fine. Every time an auction ended, $20, $25. That's really more like a $10 card, but they were selling for a little bit more than that. And it's not because I'm proud of what they sold for, but it tells me that regardless of my profile on eBay or how I sell things or the prices that my stuff goes for as opposed to maybe other eBay sellers, that was data. That was proof to me that those had value. So now let's focus on 151. If we look at our promos here, okay, if we look at our UPC promos here, all right, first off, and this feels like a brick of gold right here. It kind of is a brick of gold. So these gold medal cards, I recently sold one of these, I think for like $12, okay? And that's probably an outlier sale. I think they're probably worth about $5 a piece. Very similar to the Charizard UPC promos. I feel like because they're Charizards, maybe they were always going above $5, but I also feel like there was a time they were selling for $5, $6. Otherwise, why would I have been able to go into my local shop and buy a bunch of these Charizard UPC promos and then sell them? I had to get a good entry point. I was getting these for $5 to $6 and selling them at 18, 20, maybe a little over 20. Same deal here, in my opinion. And I have some friends of mine that are also stocking up on these promos. And to them, I would say, right on. That's a good choice. I just think it's a no-brainer right now with these UPC promos. It's a no-brainer play. Everybody likes this. Most people like this set. It's very popular. These promos are very popular. And for people coming into the game, especially coming into the hobby late, that see cards like Mew and Mewtwo, which are definitely, like I've talked about in the beginning of the video, mascots for the hobby, in that top 10 Pokemon category. Everyone has their favorites. Everyone has different stuff, and that's great. But for me personally, it's this set, these products are no-brainer products. And I would honestly say the UPC is the best product of 151. There's not a lot of products in 151, so it's kind of limited to what you can get. Actually, maybe the booster bundle is actually the best product out of 151. Just because it's just this iconic case of booster bundles. You can never have enough of those. But value-wise, the UPC, I do think, is the best value product, and maybe the best product and best item we can get throughout the year. There are so many plays to be made, but I just keep coming back to this, and I figured, you know what? I just opened more 151. I had a really good experience. It does make me a little bit biased, but I've also had bad experiences opening 151 too. You guys have seen on the live streams. If you haven't seen those live streams, watch them. They're awesome. Thank you guys again for coming out, but I had dud ETBs. I had dud UPCs. I had products where I literally got nothing out of them. That can happen. But those were outlier products. I maybe had 2, 3, 4 boxes max, and I have a wall stacked of 151, which would actually be a great picture for a thumbnail one of these days. But I have a wall stacked of 151 right now of empty boxes. I'm gonna have to figure out what to do with those, to repurpose them, give them away, gift them, sell the products inside, sell the empty boxes as display pieces. I have no idea, but I'm keeping all that stuff because I do think it's going to have some value, other than sitting against my wall and just looking crazy. But to that point, what was I saying? The promos that we have in this set. I like the Snorlax. I think it's one of the best promos we'll have all year long. It's amazing, but in my experience, the ETB wasn't the best move. I feel like you get a guaranteed value because you could get a dud ETB and then you just have your Snorlax promo and then duds. At least with the UPC, you can get these awesome promos. So you saw the gold one. We're just going to talk about this for anybody that hasn't seen these yet. It'd be hard not to if you are active in the hobby, but there's new people coming in every day. This Mew is just gorgeous. Now, people have said that they wish that this was a regular SIR in the set. Okay, great. It would have created a lot of value for this card. It would have made it a lot harder to pull, and that's fantastic. But it hasn't taken away the phenomenal art and style of this card and beauty of this card. It hasn't taken away from that at all. The only difference is the price. You can get this incredible card out of your UPC, and it's guaranteed every single time. You're going to get all 3 of these, and even at $5 a piece, you can knock that off the cost of your UPC. Now, it's also important to say that these promos are probably going to be $20 promos fairly soon. I do feel like in the next 6 months, these promos will be able to sell at a premium. I also want to say that I don't think deals will last forever for 151. I genuinely feel like they could reprint 151 the same way they did with Crown Zenith, and I would be totally fine with that. If 151 prices absolutely plummeted, I would continue to buy that product. I love that product. There are people that feel the same way about Crown Zenith, which we talked about recently, but it's 151 all day for me. Now, let's talk about these TikTok deals, because that was a box that I got phenomenal pulls out of last night. I got it off TikTok. It was like $75, maybe even less than that. So today, there are still pretty good deals going on TikTok. They're still there. They're not the deals that we were hoping for from before. And I luckily was able to get Diana to use my card that has her name, but she was able to use that card on her account on TikTok to buy 2 more UPCs, so we can hopefully get those by next week and continue opening. I'm really excited. I want to continue to see if we can get some more SIRs or even pull the last 2 cards that we need, which is a Nidoking and a Hyper Rare Mew, and then we've completed the set by opening, which is fantastic. I think it was the right set for me to focus on and continue opening. But okay, let's say rock bottom dollar, $15. And it's not all about value, right? It's about the cards, the memories, the sentimental value, the fun that you're going to have opening this product. All that is very important, but we do have to keep in mind that people are spending their hard-earned money on this stuff. They're working their asses off just to pay for Pokemon cards, and you want to get some value back out of that, guys. Am I right? Okay. So $15, let's say, at the very bottom for those. Right now, if you don't get any kind of deal on TikTok, there are $80 UPCs on TikTok right now. Now, on eBay, most of them are $90 or more, maybe even having shipping tacked on that. But $80 for those UPCs. Now, you could wait for a different time. You can wait if you have coupons. You can maybe even make another account. A lot of people are making multiple accounts so that they can get these deals on TikTok. Whatever you need to do you. I think it's well worth it to try and get these coupons and have TikTok hemorrhage money so that you can enjoy some more 151 at prices that they should be. I mean, Pokemon should be fun, enjoyable, and it shouldn't be such a luxury item like it is. This is why so many people are coming into this space. This is why so many people are making content on Pokemon, because it is a luxury item. That's why it's called investing. These things are not cheap, right? And they are going up in price. Booster boxes have gone up in price and MSRP in the last year. Pokemon Company is, printing more than ever and charging more than ever. It's getting tough to be a modern day collector in Pokemon if you're not buying singles. And it can't all be about buying singles. If everybody's just buying singles, nobody's opening product except for content creators who are also benefiting from opening product. We get ad revenue, we monetize this stuff. So I would not recommend opening everything to try and complete this set, but I'm saying this is a fun set to open and a fun set to buy. Overall, I think it's a well-rounded set. I think you get a lot of value back out of it. Okay. ETB, $80, sales tax, 7.5, let's just call it 10% at $88 out the door with tax. If you were to get it at $90 on eBay from a large seller, you would still be ending up paying like $99, $98. So let's call it $88 after tax. A lot of people would say that's not even that good of a deal. Take it from somebody that was buying and enjoying buying and opening this product at $112 plus tax, basically $120 a box for the 151 UPCs. $88 is a good price, guys. That's a really good price. Even if you weren't able to get the coupons, to get the deals, everything that you wanted to work out for you, it's a good price to just pay these deals on TikTok now and still get these at $88 total. $15 for the promo. Tack that off, you're at $83. You're at $73 now. Okay. You pull 1 or 2 illustrations, they're each going to probably go for $8 to $10 online. That's what I've seen so far with the sales that I've had of 151 product. The illustrator cards typically go for around $10. So if you're going to get 2 illustrations, and this is hypothetical, it's a speculation, but from everything I've seen from opening these products, I can tell you what you're likely going to get out of these products. So let's say 2 illustrations, $20. Chop that off the top again. You got that 15 from the 88. You're at 73. Another $20. You're at 53. Okay, you're in the home stretch now. $53. Now, we'll talk about what you would, the price, the cost basis. If you did get a deal on TikTok like I just did, it's $65 a box, which is even sweeter. Well, $80 minus the 24, maybe $70 after tax. We'll keep it at that. Or maybe even 75. We'll keep it at that. And go from there. But okay, now you're at $50 after you get your 2 illustrations, sell those or collect them, but you're likely going to get illustrations if you have duplicates, even stuff like Omanite. That's not a card that I enjoy pulling out of the set, but it still pulls in money. A lot of people have done content on this and pointed it out. It's obvious. It's right in front of us. And I just don't think people are seeing it. You get those 2 illustrations. Maddie, quiet. Okay, you get those 2 illustrations. You're down at $53. I'm forgetting my math here, but around $50, okay? You get a full art. Let's call it not even 10. Let's call it $5, even though the full art should probably pull around 10, but let's call it $5 for full art. You're at $45. Let's say you pull 2 or 3 regular EX rares, because, we get a ton of those. I got literally, I got these 3 in one box, or maybe it was just the 2 Ninetales. But let's say you get just 2 in a product. Let's say you get just 2, and I have so many of those to list on eBay, but let's say you just get 2 of those. They go for $3 each. That's fine. That's $6 if you get 2. Taking off your $45, you're at $39. You're really in the home stretch here if you pull anything decent. Now, the cheapest SIR in this set, I do believe, is about $30. I want to say, maybe it's less than that, sue me. But I want to say the cheapest SIR is around $30. If you're at $39, $40 area, and you get a $30 card, and you get all these other cards too, which you could sell. Not sure how you're going to go about that. Maybe you sell the extra products in the UPC. The rolled out mat, you sell that for $2. They pay for shipping. The dice, the deck box, people like that stuff. I've been experimenting lately, and I've been selling these sleeve packs lately. People are buying these sleeve packs. Don't sneeze at these. That rhymed. Don't disregard these just because it seems like it's trash and you would throw it away. There's value in this stuff, especially people in the competitive scene that are actually playing. They love buying these sleeves. Even if they're not buying into the set, they want to buy the sleeves. They want certain colors. They want certain styles. They're building multiple competitive decks. They need multiple things of sleeves. When I do sell sleeves, I usually sell a couple of these packs of sleeves around, I want to say, $5 or $6. Okay, now that's charging shipping as well. Okay, shipping is going to be $4. You're probably going to get a net $1 or $2 out of these sleeves, and that's okay. It's still important to remember because it takes off value, but we're just sticking to the cards here. If you're at $39 or $40 and you're getting close, and you get any of the other SIRs, now this is not about you're going to make money on this set. You're printing with this set. This is nothing to do with that. This has to do with, do you like the set? Do you like the cards in this set? Do you like it more than the other sets? This is the set for you. This is the set that you can actually not only start an eBay business on, because you're going to make big bucks, but because you're going to sustain and you're going to be able to actually sell this product because it's very hot, it's very popular. And a lot of people aren't using TikTok. A lot of people aren't maybe even using eBay. They're buying on Amazon, but then they find deals on eBay from you because you're selling 151 cards and they're buying all that stuff off of you because they think it's cheaper. They think it's a better value. There's so many ways to spin this, but basically every UPC seems to be fairly decent in whatever you get out of it. And of course, if you get Charizard, Blastoise, Venusaur, if you get any of those 3, Zapdos, any of those 4, if you get any of those 4, Erica's Invitation, actually I think that's about a $30 card. If you get any of those other 4 cards out of this, which we almost got all of them last night. We were missing Charizard last night. But if you get any of those, and we opened like 4 products last night, it was nothing. So I'm really, the overall cost of it maybe even was under, one was from GameStop, one was TikTok. I want to say right at about $200. We got 3 SIRs. We got a bunch of other cards. We got 6 more of these promos. There's just so much value in this set, and that's the point that I'm trying to make here. That I will continue buying and opening this set because you gotta, what's that phrase? Put your money where your mouth is. I'm sorry, guys. Took me a second to figure that one out with my tiny brain. Put your money where your mouth is. I'm putting my money where my mouth is with, I don't even like saying that. I'm talking the talk. I'm walking the walk and I'm talking the talk with this set. Okay, we're trying some different stuff here. But I really like this set, and I'm going to continue opening it this year. We've only got those 2 cards left to pull, so there's not a whole lot of reason for me to continue opening this set. But it's been a lot of fun. It almost seems like a tradition for this year that we're just going to continue opening 151. I love Paradox. I want to open more Paradox. We are going to get around to that, I swear. We are going to open Paldean Fates. It's going to be great. It's an awesome set. The Mew is spectacular. The Gardevoir is spectacular. The Charizard is whatever. I'm not a huge fan of it. I honestly think I like the Obsidian Flames Charizard more. And especially for people that are hating on Obsidian Flames. The Charizard from Obsidian Flames, other than that stupid crown on its head, at least they put the text box where the crown is. That Charizard's pretty sick. It's a pretty sick Charizard. I love the crystallized background with the orange of the Charizard, those colors, it just, that card pops the way it is. Not a huge fan of the one in Paldea Fates. But anyways, we're going to get to this other stuff. We're going to open other products. I really want to get the Classic Collection, but I just haven't gotten around to it. It's so expensive. I love that product. I love what it could do for selling, collecting, investing. I love everything about that product other than its price point. Price point is tough. It really needs to be a $250 box, maybe even a $200 box. Anywhere in that $200, $250 price point, I'm such a buyer. But $300 is still a little bit high for me, and I think that's why scalpers, resellers of that product are struggling a little bit and having to, if they know better, break down the product and sell those singles. But yeah, that's it for me in 151. I think I am now going to start putting SIRs in this binder so that I can just enjoy like a lightweight binder where I can look immediately at these cards. That's really all it's about, because I've got all my binders shoved on the side of the room and I never really look at them. I never really enjoy them. That's another thing. Look at your cards, enjoy your cards. It sounds stupid saying that, but so much of the time we get wrapped up in collecting and getting the next best thing, and I am very guilty of this, but so much of the time we end up doing that, and we don't even enjoy what we have going on. So I have a lot of stuff that I've sold also. This is kind of a random thing, but I figure like now's a better time than ever to point it out, but I sold Pokemon Oreos. I sold Pokemon Oreos that were expired today. Now, I did take a $5 loss, which sucked. But I didn't want the weight to be wrong and then use the different label just to save money or even make $5, whatever. Just to have the item sent back or not get to its destination. Sometimes I think it's better to buy an undercharged, underweight label because they can upcharge you. I think that's better. It's kind of like sending bulk to PSA. It's like, just spend less money, and if it gets through, it gets through. If not, you're going to get tacked on it. But that's a whole other conversation, grading in general. But yeah, I sold a case of Pokemon Oreos, 10 packs of Pokemon Oreos. I can't believe it. Now, you guys might not know, but there was a time where Pokemon Oreos came out, and I bought a couple just to eat for fun, and stupidly thought that there was maybe some market for Pokemon Oreos. Really, I've tried everything in this hobby at this point, but I was wrong. There isn't. At the time when they first released, I probably could have sold them. I didn't even try to break them apart or sell them as sealed. I just ended up eating all the ones that I kept. I got a couple of the Mew Oreos, which there's this thing where the Mew Oreo, the Mew embossed Oreo, or the Mew indented, what's the right word for that? Anyways, the Mew Oreo was like the most valuable rare one. All of the Oreos have different Pokemon on them. I just thought it was really cool. And me and Diana love eating Oreos, so it was the perfect product for us. But I just saw it in the store, and Pokemon was at its all-time high, and me being a hype beast heavy bag holder that I am, ended up buying this stupid 10-pack case of Oreos, which evidently ended up expiring, which is hilarious. And I sold them, pointed out that they're expired. These are not edible. These are a collectible item. And honestly, I wanted to hold on to them. I think they are a collectible item. I still have my original Oreo pack up at the top shelf just because I really like the design of it. In fact, since they're gone, I mean, you guys can look it up, but since they're gone, I want to see if they're even up there. Where are my Pokemon Oreos at? Where are my Pokemon Oreo pack? I have no idea where it is, hiding behind, but oh, there it is. You can actually see it, and you can see it right over here. Bear with me, guys. I just think it's cool, and I obviously liked it because I still kept it. But yeah, just for the packaging alone, that person might end up doing well. Like, isn't this, look at the colors on this. It's so vibrant. Like, just stupid, like, gimmicky stuff like that. Like, I fall victim for stuff like that all the time. But I bet that person will end up making good on that too. Like, I bet they will. But it was like $38, and then I paid tax on it, maybe just over 40. But I ended up charging $50 for the case, and then I ended up. It's like, Orion, why are you talking about this? You're talking about $151. Well, because I gave you guys my rant, and now I'm just talking about like stuff that I did or sold, or it could all be interesting. It could all be informative. But I sold it for $50. I tacked on $20 shipping. And it was $35 because it was 9 pounds of Oreos to ship out. And I was like, the 6 pound label is 20. I'll end up netting something on these Oreos, which is hilarious. But I ended up just taking the loss and doing the 9 pound label. So yeah, moral of the story is just do the right label. But I want to see comments if you guys use undercharged labels and if they always go through, and if like USPS doesn't care. Like, even especially right now, like, and it was a big box, they would have weighed it wouldn't have weighed up right. I just didn't want to deal with that. But even the USPS worker, I asked, like, what do you think would have happened here? And he was like, I don't know. Like, with the holidays, it's just crazy. I don't think anybody's gonna bat an eye. They're just trying to get these packages out. But yeah, that was a weird thing. And I do want to report back on this because this is funny. I've got some rare commons and uncommons from like Aquapolis and Skyridge that I put up recently, but my base set cards are getting bids. These base set unlimited cards are getting bids. People actually do want these. And it might be like, of course, Orion, they want base set unlimited, but I honestly was like, dude, stop wasting your time. Like, I thought it was such a waste of time for me to list those one by one, but I do want to build up my sales, and honestly, it's kind of a relaxing thing, just like put one card up at a time. If you can get in the zone and focus on doing listings at night, it works out really, really well. Almost to a point where I do them super late, and then midnight hits, and then I print out all the labels for what's going to be shipped out the next day, and I wake up and everything is done. I love it. I've got a great system going now. Shout out to my label printer, my thermal label printer. You guys have been saying in the comments to get a thermal label printer for forever, and it has changed everything for me. I can literally be sitting on the toilet and print out a label. I can be sitting on the toilet and print out a label from across the house. It's amazing. Okay, I'm gonna let you guys go. I've ranted long enough. Can't believe it's almost a 30-minute video. I can't keep these things short. Peace, guys.